Guys, ever since I started crypto, I have realized one very important factor about these kind of markets. This market is very volatile and this market pays to be active. And that is why, guys, it becomes very important that you are able to rotate from one narrative to the other. And that is only going to be possible if you are aware of where to bid. Alright, so as I mentioned in the previous two episodes as well, that I am going to decode every single narrative specifically for you all. And so guys, I did run a poll on X asking you which one do you want first. Everybody chose AI agents x402 narrative. So that is exactly what you're going to get in this particular episode. And also a little bit about Bitcoin, what I'm looking forward to, what are the key levels to watch, and also everything that you basically need to succeed in this market. As always, guys, if you enjoy this alpha, make sure that you drop a like and also smash that subscribe button. And now, guys, let's get right into it.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
So guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me yet again. Right here you can see the chart of Bitcoin. This is what I call the hopium chart. Alright, so right here you have a bump and run reversal pattern. We have a big move towards the downside, another low taking the liquidity below this low right here. Then we have a higher low right around here, and then we have a breakout, and this is your retest, breaking the structure right here and also taking the liquidity in this wick. Alright, now we are looking for higher prices. Your technical price target at the moment sits around $126,000, which is your all-time highs as well. Alright, so that is your level according to this bump and run reversal pattern. But this is exactly how a lot of retail participants tend to trade. Alright, and that is exactly why I refuse to trade on the basis of trend lines and breakouts and all of these things for Bitcoin, because it is one of the most manipulative assets across the globe, in my personal opinion. And there is a reason why market makers are always present on the chart. And that is why I use a special indicator that I have shared inside Kuroshi's private. This is the day trading indicator that I personally use. As you can see right around here, we have an imbalance in this region. All right, right around here. This was also mentioned in previous episodes as well, that this imbalance is the key right here. I am expecting a move all the way to around $121,000, and that is where you will decide if price is going to go higher or it is going to go down back again. I would not want to see too many imbalances in this region right around here right now, because then again, if price goes up and there is an imbalance towards the downside, as I am expecting a move towards the upside to fill the imbalance towards the upside, I would be expecting the imbalance towards the downside to be filled back again. All right, so that is what I feel right now according to the charts of Bitcoin, if I just talk about the market maker's presence and also definitely about the bump and run reversal pattern. But apart from that, guys, there's a lot that is happening on the charts right now. So if I go onto the weekly time frame, there is one thing that you need to realize, in my opinion. And guys, I know a lot of you also comment on my videos that my videos are very long and they are basically time wasting and all of that stuff. But guys, you really need to understand the fact that if you're not really trying to decode what is going on behind the scenes in the markets, then you are just shooting blindly. All right, I can give you a lot of contract addresses like the other people do, but I really want that you understand what is going on in the market. This is what makes this channel different, right? So if you want to skip, you can skip this part, but this is going to be very important, as I just mentioned. So first off, guys, you need to be very, very aware of the fact that we have been doing something very similar for the last many weeks for Bitcoin, and that is a retest of the previous highs and then continuation higher. This happened right around here, and this also happened right around here. If I show you this particular consolidation right around here, this was retested in this wick right around here, around $49,000, right? Then we broke past the previous resistance, and then we came back to retest this resistance right around here. And then what happened? Again, if I show you, this previous consolidation was right around here, and right now we are consolidating above the previous highs. This is a zone of support, and that is why a lot of people are saying that if we break structure here, we are going to lose the momentum and we are going to not go up, but instead go towards the downside. That is why this level becomes very, very important. But right now it is holding so far. All right, so there is nothing to be panicked about. But again, as a trader, I have to be ready for all possible scenarios. And that is why I have been mentioning a lot of things on X as well. If you're not following me on X, then guys, make sure that you do so and also interact with all of my posts, because there is a $1,000 giveaway that is going to be revealed on 25th of November. And happy November, guys. I hope that this month is the one that actually brings you a lot of fortune, because usually Q4 is the time period of the year where we actually see altcoins running pretty hard. So will that happen? time will tell. All right. But apart from that, guys, right around here, if you are looking for a bearish structure on the higher time frame, basically you're looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave finished impulse right here itself. Then we have an A, B, and C towards the downside. That is your bear market low. All right. And that is exactly what I mentioned on X as well. To invalidate this expanding flat correction in an ABC towards the downside, what we need to do is we need to break above the 1.618 extension taken from the low of your wave A to the high of your wave A, and that is currently sitting around $130,641. Once you break past this resistance level, you are invalidating a bear market if I'm speaking technically. All right. But just in case we are going to go down, then guys, the possible scenario here is going to be wave C price target that is going to be from the high of your wave A to the low of your wave B. We are plotting a trend-based Fibonacci to the high of your wave B right around here. And then your 1.618 extension is your price target that is coming around $70,700. Below that, you will have another price target that is going to be a simple Fibonacci extension tool from the high right here to the low right here. And again, we are going to see the 1.618 extension that is taking us to $42,400. So just in case we break below $103,000, there is a high chance we could go all the way to $90,000. And just in case we break that as well, then guys, I would be very, very sure that we are going to be in a bear market and our price targets are going to be between $40,000 and $70,000 for this bear market. All right. Now, how will we actually understand? So basically, guys, what I'm telling you right now, if you pay attention, then you will be able to know before everybody else with certain confirmations as well on the chart, just speaking technically, that are we in a bull market? Are we in a bear market? As of now, we are in a bull market. That is for sure. But when do probabilities change? So let's just quickly discuss that as well. So basically, guys, what we need to focus on is one very crucial level, and that is going to be on the smaller time frame. So if I go onto the daily time frame, you can see right around here. And basically, guys, in that case, we are looking for an impulse towards the downside for a bear market. That is going to look something like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or we are looking for just a correction again, and that is going to be an A, B, and C towards the downside, and then further continuation towards the upside yet again. So how do we actually differentiate between these two patterns, right? So basically, guys, first off, if you are going to lose this low right here at $103,400, there is a high chance that you're at least looking for an A, B, and C towards the downside. All right. This could eventually develop into a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wave structure towards the downside, which would mean basically, if you actually have a 5 wave structure like this, the move up is going to be a 3 waver, and then again we are going to be looking for further downside. So that is one thing that you need to keep in mind. But when do we actually know this, right? So that is going to happen only once we have formed our wave C low. So your wave C price targets are going to be from this high to this low to the high of your wave B. This is again another trend-based Fibonacci extension. Your wave C price targets are coming right here at around $88,200. All right. If this is going to be a wave 3, and basically if price actually goes all the way to $79,526, this would be more likely a wave 3 instead of being a wave C. All right. So let's just suppose that price breaks below this low at $103,000 and we fall back to this zone. And right around here in this region, we form a low. So let's just say this is your low. Let's just, randomly put this right around here. So basically, guys, if this is going to be a bear market, then price cannot come back up and touch the 0.618 Fibonacci extension taken from whatever low we have to the high right around here. All right. This is your wave 2 high. So your 0.618 Fibonacci level is sitting at $104,270. Again, this is not confirmed because we don't have the low yet, but I'm just giving you the gist. So just in case we go lower, but we are able to touch this level, the 0.618 Fibonacci level, wherever it is, all right, then we are invalidating further move towards the downside in a wave 5, because then your wave 4 is invalidated. That would also mean, right, that would also mean that we are going to continue higher. So that would mean that we are looking for ABC and then continuation towards the upside if we touch 0.618. However, if we do not touch the 0.618 and we get rejected at the 0.382 and we again take this low right around here, possibilities are very high. I would say almost certain that this is your wave 5, and any move up, a 3 waver towards the upside, is going to be a very nice shorting opportunity for the bear market. And I already gave you the price targets as well. Now, if you want to trade with us according to all possible scenarios, even in a bear market, then guys, check out the link in the description section below and join us inside Karoshi's private. There you will be getting all of the updates about Bitcoin and also all of the leverage trades that I personally take. All right. It's not about over trading, guys. It is about trading in the right direction. All right. Now that is on the higher time frame. All right. This is just a theory. It's not like it is going to happen, because as I mentioned that we are not in a bear market as of now. For the bulls right now on the smaller time frame, you are looking for this to be your low already, and then we have an expanding diagonal right around here, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and then we have a expanding flat correction. All right, that is A, B and C, which should have been already done, or maybe we are going to see one more low right around here and then we go higher. But this is very, very rare, guys. All right, expanding diagonals in wave one are very rare indeed. And then again, after that, if you're getting an expanding flat correction as well, that is again getting even more rarer. All right, so the other scenario that the bulls might prefer here is going to be another diagonal that is going to be the entire move right around here. All right, in that particular case, what you have is basically 1 A, B and C in your wave 1, and then you have a 3-way move towards the downside in your wave 2, looking for another 3-way move towards the upside in our wave 3, and then another 3-way move in wave 4, and then another 3-way move in wave 5, and then you have a 3-way move in this larger one. This is 2, and then look for 3, 4, 5. All right, so that is your bullish case. All right, now as I mentioned, if you want to look for the key levels on the chart of Bitcoin, this is the level, guys, $111,000. Bulls need to flip this, bears need to break below $103,000. So that is basically the entire case, right? Now, one more thing that I need to mention, guys, is a lot of people are thinking about the time, all right? Because we are in Q4, and according to the time, based on the previous cycles, we should have already seen the top. I think that nothing in this cycle has been happening according to the time. All right, we made a new all-time high before the halving. We did a lot of things that actually happened very differently from what happened in the previous cycles. So I'm just leaving time as it is, and I'm just focusing on the charts. That is what I have realized we should be doing. All right, again, guys, this is not financial advice. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just letting you know what I see on the charts without any technical bias. All right, right now, if you ask me, we have 60% chances that we are in a bull market because we are sitting very close to an invalidation point. And we have 40% chances that we are in a bear market, again, because we are sitting very close to invalidation points. All right, so that is the case. If we would be sitting somewhere around here, again, everybody will be saying that we are back in the bull market, right? And that is your imbalance right around here at $120,000 to $121,000. So this is a time to be patient, but this is also a time to be bidding into the right assets. All right, because if you're buying the wrong things right now, then if the market goes down, you will not be able to handle the losses, right? That is why I say that you need to bid on relative strength. And what is that one single narrative that has been showing relative strength despite the rest of the market? That is AI, that is AI agents, that is x402 payments, which is basically a massive revolution, in my opinion, in the crypto space. All right, so let's just discuss these kind of plays and discuss everything around these AI agents and AI x402 narrative and all of that stuff. All right, so the first one I need to mention is going to be definitely the leader, and that is virtual protocol. All right, this one is currently sitting at $1.16 billion circulating market cap. And if you have been watching my videos, guys, I told you that you need to buy this in spot. And I gave you an entry that was $817 million market cap. That is exactly where we bounced off from. People will say that I have not been doing pretty well in terms of calls, but right here, guys, this is where the money is. I told you that you buy here, and right now you can see you would have been already up massively around 49% in just 2 days. All right, so I don't know what to tell you, but this is the strongest asset at the moment. This is bouncing nicely just when Bitcoin starts to consolidate a little bit or starts to basically slowly grind towards the upside. And this is getting the bids. So virtuals is going to be one of the key players in my opinion. This was the price target as well. I shared this call inside Karoshi's private somewhere around here, and I gave the price target of $1.15 billion. This one was also shared in an exclusive video update that I do for Karoshi's private members, and we have done the price target right now. All right, if I have to show you, this was the trade that was sent inside Karoshi's private. All right, this was virtuals long. Entry was 1.09 to 1.19, TP was 1.43 and 1.90, SL was 0.97. And if I check the price right now, let's just focus on price right around here. And then you can see that we have touched 1.86. So we are very close to the final price target as well. And our entry was somewhere around 1.09. That is somewhere around here. All right, so this was a nice setup, guys. We went long here and we are taking profits here. All right, you don't have to be buying absolute bottom, selling absolute highs. You just have to catch the move catch the majority of the move, I would say. All right. So if you want these kind of setups delivered straight to your inbox, make sure guys that you join Karoshi's private. Link is given in the description section below. And also guys, there is going to be a waitlist again very soon. So take advantage while you can get access instantly. And the link is again given in the description section below. Moving on to the next project. Again, I will go from higher market cap to lower market cap. So the next one is going to be AI16Z. This is one of those plays that actually gave me a clean 100x return in the Q4 of last year itself. Now I have aped a bag again. I mentioned this on YouTube as well, and I was giving you a call in this region somewhere around here at like 50 or 60 million dollar market cap, I guess. Right now you can see this has been absolutely flying, almost touching $100 million in market cap. All right. I feel this has a lot of legs, and if you see the chart on the daily time frame, then you can see we have a lot of work to do. All right. This one was sitting at $2.37 billion market cap back in January of this year. And now it is sitting at $100 million, still more than 20x away from the all-time highs. And they are transitioning to new token, which is ELISA OS. So they are migrating, and the migration will complete in January itself. So people are going to buy this in hype. All right. There is going to be a sell the news event as well, in my opinion. But again, till that happens, I believe this could have a massive surge in price, maybe coming back above $300-400 million market cap in the shorter term in the next 1 or 2 months. So definitely pay attention to this one. But again, guys, nothing is financial advice. Please make sure, guys, that if you're buying something, you know the fact that these things are eventually going to go all the way to zero. But before that, we might have a massive altcoin season, which I do think is just around the corner. Ethereum is going to bounce this month. Mark my words. When that happens, these altcoins are going to absolutely fly. All right, moving on to the next play, we have one of the most famous plays and resilient plays as well, I would say, from the base ecosystem, that is Banker. This is sitting at $56 million market cap. And basically, guys, this is your AI-powered crypto companion. Buy, sell, swap, place limit orders, and manage your wallet effortlessly just by sending a message. Interact with Banker through Twitter, Farcaster, or the Banker private terminal. All right, if you see, a lot of these AI agents or AI coins that were launched back in the Q4 of last year, they all went to almost zero. All right. They all did like 90, 95, 98% corrections, right? But this one has been on a very nice uptrend ever since launch itself. All right. Right here you can see we bounced off very nicely from this trendline support. I feel this is one of the strongest assets, if I can find one, from the AI sector. And that is why I have placed my orders on this one, and I have grabbed a bag. We have a nice breakout from this downward sloping trend line as well. Potentially we have already retested it. So potentially I'm also looking for higher prices on this one. Coming back into this region right around here, we might have a little bit of a shakeout and then continuation towards the upside. This region is somewhere around $110 million. So Banker, I'm bullish on Banker as well. The ticker is BNKR. All right, moving on to the next play, I want to mention a very nice play that a lot of people are fading right now, and that is going to be Game by Virtuals. This is the infrastructure play by Virtuals itself. Right now sitting at $54 million market cap, and just look at this, absolutely fly. All right, this is what you call relative strength, right? Now, if you're looking for entry on Game, guys, then again, you are looking for a very crucial level, that is $41 million. You have a little bit of resistance at $78 million at the moment. So maybe we go all the way to $78 million and then come back into this region, or maybe we just fly. So you have to make this decision for yourself where you want to buy. The buy alert would have actually flashed right here itself on this candle when we reclaimed the 955 on a high volume. This one was sitting at $23 million at that time, already up more than a 2x on Game. All right. So if you are really interested in these kind of plays, and if you want these buy alerts at the right time, then guys, Karoshi's private is the place to be. For meme coins, for AI agents, for prediction markets, for privacy, for future trading, for building a spot portfolio that keeps you safe during the market volatility, also while giving you the upside advantage, then guys, that is the place for you. Link is given in the description section below. Moving on to the next play, guys, I want to mention one of the most overlooked projects at the moment from the virtual ecosystem, and that is Axelrod. The ticker is AXR, and this is the leader of ACP, which is Agent Commerce Protocol. All right, one agent for every single task that you want to give. And this one has been flying as well. From the bottom of $1.8 million market cap, this has already touched 13.67 million. This region right around here is already a very good zone to bid, in my opinion. $8.4 million to around $11 million is a really good entry point on AXR as well. Definitely, guys, pay attention to this one. If you really want to be in the AI agents category, this is one of the plays which is going to give you exposure to multiple different narratives, multiple different AI agents, and basically this is the leader. So the leader of Agent Commerce Protocol is definitely becoming an all-in-one bet in my personal opinion. All right, moving on to the next one, and another one of my favorite plays from the ACP narrative is going to be 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. All right, this is your emotionally intelligent AI companion, and I think this is severely undervalued at the current moment, guys, sitting at $992,000 market cap. Just started to wake up from around $210,000 lows to $1.3 million. A nice 6x move on 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 already, and we have seen a nice breakout. And if I also drag this trend line all the way right around here, then you can see we are yet to break out on this one. All right, if you want to see the levels of interest, which is going to be the 955 Fibonacci level, so your confirmation trade is going to be way far from the current price point. That is sitting at $8.65 million market cap. The reason why it has dumped so much is because it was launched using the points system on Virtuals protocol. And at that time, guys, a lot of these AI agents were getting oversubscribed. That is why they launched at very high FDVs, which is in this case $7.3 million. But I think this has now found a nice floor. Once you break out from here itself, you are looking at a very nice setup. Let's just put a trend line right around here. So $1.99 million. Once you break that, you are looking at potentially the next target sitting at 8.65 million, and then again 13.65 million, and then another one at 25.49 million. That is a 25x from the current price point. All right, now again, guys, before I jump further into the next plays, I have to tell you one thing. You have to pick your bets. If you are getting into AI agents, if you're getting into the AI ecosystem, all right, you have to focus on the leaders first. All right, first off, virtual. Secondly, AI16Z. Thirdly, I would say game. All right, just grab these three and make 60% of your portfolio in these three assets, maybe 70-80% if you want to be even safer. All right, the rest you can put into the lower market cap plays, but do not buy like 20-30 different agents. And I'm trying to give you as less as possible, but as I mentioned, I was supposed to give you everything that I'm keeping tabs on, so I'm sharing everything, but I'm not in everything. All right, you have to understand this. These are the plays that are on my watch list. At the end of the day, I am not investing for the next 5 years or 10 years or even the next 1 year. I'm investing to just trade for a 3x, 5x quick flip. All right, that is what I'm looking here. Now, guys, moving on to the next play, we have OpenServe. This is SERV. All right, now this one is very interesting in my personal opinion. I think if there has to be a new Virtuals protocol or something that can replace virtual or could become the next virtual, this is it. All right, I have mentioned it multiple times, and as you can see right around here, this is sitting at $31 million market cap. It has seen a very nice bounce already. I even bought more serve today itself. All right, I'm looking at the first price target sitting around $59 million market cap. Once we break that, guys, we are looking at new all-time highs, certainly, and those new all-time highs are going to take us all the way to the 1.618 extension, which is sitting at $157 million market cap. So this is a nice 5x trade for me with size. All right, so OpenServe, I am keeping tabs on this one, and I've already bought a nice bag of OpenServe right here itself. All right, moving on, guys, to the x402 narrative. The number one play, in my opinion, is going to be Santa by Virtuals, and Christmas is also coming, so maybe this gets a lot of bids just because of Christmas. So yeah, swarm of autonomous networked task agents. All right, now this one is sitting at $11.3 million market cap. I gave you two entry zones, one at $6.92 million and $9.17 million. Both of them, one of them has been already hit, and we have seen significant bounce on these two different support levels. All right, now the resistance is sitting at $12.46 million. Once you flip that into support, do something like this, you are looking at higher prices again on Santa as well. My bags are packed. I hope yours are too. All right, moving on to the next one, guys, we have PayAI. A lot of people were bullish on this one right around here, but again, as all assets go towards the downside, this one has also seen its fate towards the downside and has started to come back very close to the 786 Fibonacci level. This is sitting at around $19.25 million market cap. This is your entry zone right around here. Even at the current prices, guys, it is likely that we bounce off from this level itself, because if I plot a horizontal line right around here, this is your previous zone of resistance converted into support, and right now again acting as a strong support. So this is also sitting at a very crucial level in my opinion. Your confirmation trade is only if we are able to break past this resistance at $31.66 million. All right. Then guys, moving on to the next one, we have Gloria by Virtuals, another agent. Now again, as I mentioned, I'm not going to be buying a lot of these agents. So this is just in my watch list. I've not aped this one. In my opinion, the one AI agent that I have got on Virtuals right now from the x402 narrative, that is Santa. All right. But still, I'm giving you this one as well. So basically, I'm sharing the entire watch list with you as I just mentioned. So from the highs to the absolute lows, you can see right around here, we are sitting very close to the 0.5 Fibonacci level at the moment. But the key level of resistance is sitting at the 0.382, which is $3.15 million. Confirmation trade above $3.15 million. And if price goes lower, this is your zone of DCA, or basically getting in. This is an entry zone at $1.52 million. All right. Moving on to the next one, guys, we have 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 by Virtuals. Now you have to understand one very important factor, and that is these assets have really pushed themselves towards the upside. All right. So if you bought this on 13th of October, right around here at $377,000 market cap, you could have gotten a nice 34x. So there were a lot of people who were holding in this region itself. Now, these guys are taking profits, which would mean that we are looking for some consolidation pattern, right? So I feel that maybe we are going to come back into this region right around here, or maybe we bounce off already from the current zone because we have already touched this liquidity level, right? This bullish order block and also the 0.618 Fibonacci level. If you're looking for entry, I can form a box for you all, and that is going to be in this region right around here. So your entry zone for 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 is $4 million to around $5 million. If price is coming into this region, I will definitely buy more. I have already bought some around $7 million. So I'm waiting patiently for my entry. If I don't get it, it's fine, guys. I don't have to be in every single narrative, in every single altcoin. All right. That is something you also need to practice, right? Moving on to the next one, guys. Again, a coin that is showing relative strength compared to the rest of the market is Wire. This is 717 AI by Virtuals, again from the x402 narrative. But again, guys, I cannot tell you to buy right around here. Maybe it continues to go higher because this is not just a single candle towards the upside, but rather a very nice chop. All right. So this is looking good. But again, I'm looking for a little bit of a consolidation maybe, or, do something like this, maybe sideways or towards the downside, and then we go higher. So that is what I'm looking for in this particular case as well. Crucial level of interest is going to be right around here. I would say around $10.63 million. Right now, I'm not in on this one either. Moving on to the next one, guys, we have Aura. This is again another agent from the x402 narrative on Virtuals, and this one has already seen a very nice movement towards the upside, and right now we are getting supported on the 382 Fibonacci level, which would mean that potentially we are looking for higher prices on this one as well. If I have to plot a trend line, this is your trend line support right around here. Maybe in this region around $5.3 million is a good entry zone. If it breaks, you're looking at price to coming back all the way to $2.4 million. That is going to be a really good entry point in my opinion. And then, guys, another play that I need to mention is going to be Һyուրիստ. The ticker is HEU. Again, this is on base. So this one, guys, also saw a very nice move from the bottom to the highs right around here, which was a nice 4x move. Now price has retraced quite a bit because of the fact that Bitcoin actually dumped from $116,000 to $106,000. So that is a big dump for Bitcoin, and that is why the rest of the market also took a hit. If you're looking for a good entry point, right here, 0.786 Fibonacci level was a good entry point. $4 million market cap. Even at the current prices, it's not too overvalued in my opinion. I have big hopes with Һyուրիստ. This is again working in the same narrative of x402 payments infrastructure. All right. Your first target is sitting somewhere around $17 million. Then your next target zone, I would say, is going to be somewhere around $50 million, and then looking for all-time highs above $80 million. All right. Moving on to the next one, guys, we have Meridian. The ticker is MRDN. This is currently sitting at $3 million market cap, absolutely sitting at support already. So you do whatever you want to do with this information. But if I was you, I would have aped a bag right around here itself. I already bought in this region right around here. So I am not buying any more again. But again, if you don't have a bag, this appears to be a really good bet in my personal opinion. This provides payment rails as a service for any AI agent framework, building interoperability between competing networks via x402 compliant infrastructure. Right. Again, another good play, which is getting overlooked in my opinion by the masses. All right. Another play from the virtual ecosystem is going to be Arbus. This is again from Virtuals, and Arbus is an AI-driven market intelligence layer built for InfoFi and the agentic economy. It delivers structured, real-time data infrastructure to power the next generation of AI agents, swarms, and decentralized applications. Again, this is also bouncing off from the absolute lows. And guys, a lot of people will tell you the charts that I did share, which were sitting at all-time highs. They will show you those charts and they will tell you that, this is going to go all the way to 100x, right? But this is where the money is. All right, you have to bid on strong assets that are showing relative strength compared to the market. This is bouncing very nicely today as well. All right, so this is looking pretty good in my opinion. $1.8 million market cap. If I have to give you a very nice level of support and resistance from the highs to the lows of the launch right around here, your next zone of price target in my opinion is sitting around $4 million. And if you're looking for a nice zone of support, then your support zones are going to be from this high to the absolute lows right around here. And your zone of support is sitting around $1 million in my opinion. Maybe we are not going to test this $1 million level anymore because this is already very low in market cap and we are going straight all the way to $4 million in terms of market cap. All right, moving on to the next play. This is not on the virtual ecosystem, but this is a really cool play in my opinion. This is Memo, and I have mentioned this on YouTube as well. I think 2-3 months ago when I was talking about base altcoins, and this one was sitting somewhere around here at that time. We went up and then we have seen a significant retrace. Again, guys, I'm telling you, the money is here. All right, the money is to be made when you are able to bid charts which have not shown significant strength sometimes. All right, a lot of these plays are showing relative strength, but only because of the fact that they are getting the bids first. What you need to understand is which sector or which narrative is showing relative strength. And that is AI, that is AI agents, that is x402. All right. So if you're bidding strong assets that are holding floor very nicely from the same narrative with great teams, then definitely you are going to front run the entire narrative as a whole. From the highs right around here, if I plot a trend line, then you can see we have almost seen a breakout. We are sitting at the 886 Fibonacci level, which is also a very crucial level of support. If I drag it all the way down to the point from where it launched, then guys, you can see we are bouncing exactly at the 786 Fibonacci level. This is like magic. Your next target sitting at $56.79 million. Break that, looking for new all-time highs. It's as easy as that. All right. Moving on to the next play, guys, is going to be 𝗕𝗘𝗪 by Virtuals. If you have been in the space for quite some time now, and if you were there during the previous AI season, then guys, you must already know about 𝗕𝗘𝗪, right? Now, this is powering embodied AGI. What is AGI? Artificial General Intelligence. If this happens, you know that this is severely undervalued at the moment. This one was also shared last year itself, right around here inside the private channel, and we had a massive move towards the upside, which was nice 20x move, right? So again, we are sitting absolutely similar levels as we were last year, and maybe we are going to see a similar move towards the upside. If I show you the Fibonacci levels as well, then you can see we are bouncing off very nicely. So this is very early right now. All right, we are just above the 886 Fibonacci level and currently sitting at $14.4 million. The next target, in my opinion, is sitting at $42 million. And then, of course, looking for new all-time highs, sitting around $144 million for 𝗕𝗘𝗪. All right. And now, guys, the final play from the AI sector, but definitely not the least, it is going to be 𝗕𝗓. I can see a lot of things happening behind the scenes for this one as well. This is looking pretty good as well. As you can see, we have seen a tremendous bounce from that week of 10th of October, where everything absolutely went to shits, and already we are sitting at 145% gain from this wick. All right. Right now we are forming some sort of a wedge. So potentially there is a chance that we break down from it and come back into this region. That is your zone of support between 28 to $31 million market cap. This is your zone where you can bid on 𝗕𝗪𝗪 as well. All right. So this is, again, this is helping you to access the highest quality, ethically sourced data for responsible training of AI. And AI data training, AI model training, that is something that I have been very, very bullish on since forever. All right. So 𝗕𝗪𝗪 becomes one of the leading play, in my opinion, in this particular sector. There is also vertical AI that I like, but that is the entire case as of now. All right. Apart from that, guys, of course, I shared a play yesterday with you all. That is KitKat. Now it has retraced significantly, and this green box is something that we need to break out from. All right. We need to be doing something like this. If we do that, we are looking at new 382 resistance at $4.18 million. Break that, looking for new all-time highs. I'm still holding this one, but again, if we start to lose this green box, we are not looking too good on this one. And a lot of people have now started to talk about creator fees. All right, so this one was launched by the owner of the cat itself, but the problem is a lot of people don't like seeing other people make money, and they just get jealous. So these guys have already racked in more than $175,000 in the last 2-3 days. And some people do not like it. So they tend to FUD the chart because they want that money as well, maybe, right? So that is the nature of the market. That is the nature of humans, in my opinion. If somebody else makes money and you don't, you hate that person. That is something that if you're doing the same thing, guys, you really need to change. Otherwise, it's not the loss of the person who's making the money. It's your loss itself because you have this scarcity mindset. You have to have the mindset of abundance. All right. We can all succeed together. Right. Now, apart from that, guys, there are definitely other plays as well, which I really like. And I've mentioned previously, Rug has been doing pretty well. This is a meme coin sitting at $199,000 market cap. Absolutely massive bounce from yesterday. I love this project, honestly speaking. And I do think this could hit more than $1 million in the shorter term and maybe go even higher as the liquidity comes back into the meme coin space. All right. So Rug is going to be a really good play in my opinion. 𝗕𝗘𝗪, of course, has been bouncing off very nicely from the dip to around $2.66 million. We are already up nicely from the bottom, which is going to be around 40% jump. $3.7 million right now, still very cheap in my opinion. XBT, the best play in my opinion, and absolutely the best entry at the moment. $1 million, guys. This appears to be a joke to me now, because if you're not buying this at $1 million, I don't know what to tell you guys, because this kind of God candles are destined to come back on the chart of XBT one more time. All right, I'm telling you. Now, moving on, again, 𝗦𝗖 has been holding up very nicely. We are looking for a breakout above $565,000, and then we are looking for much higher prices on 𝗦𝗖 as well. Talking about the final play for this episode, and that is going to be the best play, of course, that is the cult of Solana, the cult meme coin that I absolutely love. And if you really want to escape reality, if you really want to bend rules, if you really do not want to be playing by the rules of the elites, you have to be the part of the pseudo movement. $193,000. This was the level I gave you when we were trading in this region. I told you that price could come back into this region at $186,000. This is exactly where we are bouncing off from. So that is up to you now, guys, if you want to buy this or not. But I have given you the levels. If you wish, you can grab a bag. Nothing is financial advice. I have given you quite a lot of plays in this episode, guys. So please trade with caution, invest with caution, and choose a few plays which you like, which resonate with you. And I hope that you make it really big. As I have mentioned, in the next few videos, I will be talking about other plays, other narratives specifically. And if you want these delivered straight to your inbox as early as possible, Karoshi's Private is the place to be. Link is given in the description section below. And if you like this type of content, guys, and this episode, then make sure that you drop a like as well. And also, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, what are you doing? Make sure that you smash that subscribe button and also ring the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.